Imagine this. You're stuck in traffic. The clock's ticking. You've got somewhere to be, and time is running out. Your chest starts to tighten up, and frustration begins to build up inside you. Then you start talking to yourself, or maybe even shouting at the car or driver in front of you. But here's the uncomfortable truth. None of that changes the traffic. What if I told you that half your daily stress, your anxiety, even your anger, could vanish if you mastered one principle, one that's over 2,000 years old? The Stoics called it the Dichotomy of Control. And if you understand it, it's not just philosophy, it's emotional freedom. Epictetus, a man that was born into slavery, who could have spent his life bitter or broken, became one of the greatest philosophers in history. He said it bluntly, some things are in our control and others are just not. That's it. That's the foundation of Stoicism, the mental software that still runs strong today. So what are the things in our control? Our judgments, our choices, our actions. And what are the things not in our control? Pretty much everything else. Other people, the weather, the economy, the news cycle, your friend who never texts back. But here's where we all mess it up. We spend most of our time, most of our energy obsessing over the things we can't control. We try to edit other people's behavior, predict outcomes, micromanage the future. And in the process, we neglect the one thing we can truly master, ourselves. It's like standing in the pouring rain, fists in the air, yelling at the clouds to stop, all while forgetting that we're holding an umbrella. The Stoics would say, open the umbrella, protect your peace, focus on what's yours to command. Let's make this real. You're at work, someone takes credit for your idea in a meeting, you feel that flash of anger. You can't control their integrity, but you can control how you respond. You can choose calm professionalism instead of emotional retaliation. Or let's say someone posts something nasty about you online. The digital world loves drama. But here's the Stoic filter. Is this in my control? You can't control what they post, but you can control what you feed your attention to. Even life's daily inconveniences, the train delays, the spilled coffee, the missed emails, all test this principle. Marcus Aurelius, an emperor surrounded by chaos, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." So, if a Roman emperor could maintain perspective while ruling during plagues and wars, maybe we can survive a delayed Amazon delivery. And here's what's fascinating. Modern psychology completely backs the Stoics up. There's even a term for it, locus of control. People with an internal locus believe that life is shaped by their own choices and responses. Those with an external locus feel that everything happens to them. They're victims of luck, fate, or other people's decisions. The Stoics, long before psychology existed, understood this. They weren't waiting for perfect conditions. They were training for reality. They knew the only thing truly theirs was their own mind. Everything else, temporary, unstable, borrowed. So how do we actually live this in the 21st century? Here are a few Stoic practices you can try right now. 1. The control list. When something stresses you out, grab a notebook, draw 2 columns, in my control and out of my control. Write down every detail. Then circle only the first column. That's your focus zone. Everything else, let it go. This simple act can declutter your mind faster than meditation apps ever could. 2. The pause. When emotions rise, someone criticizes you, plans fall apart, take a breath and ask, is this mind a control? That single question builds a gap between emotion and reaction. That's the gap where wisdom lives. 3. Negative visualization. The Stoics practice premeditatio malorum, imagining the worst-case scenario, not to dwell on it, but to shrink its power. Think about it. You're afraid of losing your job? Visualize it. Feel it. Now realize, even if it happened, you'd adapt. You'd rebuild. Fear loses its grip when you look it in the eye. 4. The role model technique. Ask yourself, what would Marcus do? Or Seneca? Or Epictetus? Imagine how someone calm, wise, and grounded would handle this exact moment. It gives your emotional brain a rational template to follow. These are not abstract philosophies. They're daily reps for mental strength. So, in a nutshell, the beauty of the dichotomy of control isn't in control at all. It's in acceptance. When you accept what's not yours to fix, you free up energy for what is. You stop being the puppet of circumstance and become the sculptor of response. Seneca once wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." And isn't that true? How many nights have we lost sleep over things that never even happened? Stoicism doesn't erase problems, it changes how you meet them. With steadiness, with reason, with choice. So, here's your Stoic challenge for this week. Pick one situation that's stressing you out. It could be something small, a late reply, a workload, a relationship tension. Write it down, then split it into 2 parts. What's in my control and what's not? Then, deliberately act only on what's yours to control. Watch what happens. You'll start to feel lighter, calmer, clearer. That's not magic. That's philosophy in action. Yes, your mind will try to go back to what it's familiar with, dwelling and obsessing on what it can't control, but that's why you write them down, go back to our visual cue, and realign your mind again. Make it a practice, and soon you'll master focusing on what you can control. Okay, thanks for watching and listening. I would like to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's one thing in your life you're learning to let go of? And what's one thing you will take control of this week? Your reflections might just inspire someone else watching.